In the naturalistic explanation, evolution is endowed with an incredible potential that it doesn't deserve. So let's study this for a little while. Charles Darwin said some things that his devotees understood, but the general public was not exposed to fully. And here's what Dobzhansky wrote that he got from his mentor, Charles Darwin. In giving rise to man, the evolutionary process has apparently, for the first time and only time in the history of the cosmos, become conscious of itself. Do you understand what he was saying? Beginning with the Big Bang, progressing to its recent and current state of development, the mind of man became so sophisticated that the universe realized its own existence. Absolute materialism, but that is the primary conviction of committed evolutionary adherence. Is it warranted? Stay with me. We're going to class today. Evolutionary socialist Jeremy Rifkin further expressed these same sentiments, and he wrote, evolution is no longer viewed as a mindless affair, quite the opposite. It is a mind enlarging its domain up the chain of species. One eventually ends up with the idea of the universe as a mind that oversees, orchestrates, and gives order and structure to all things. Now that's incredible. In this view, evolution endows space-time and matter with ability to create its own existence. That's what we technically call transcendence. It is above that which it is created. Space-time and matter has the ability, according to this concept, to foresee infinite future requirements. Wow! If a puppy dog needs to be spotted, it holds the potential to give him spots, and to know that spots would give him an advantage. So to foresee those infinite future requirements is omniscience. And then to produce and sustain life. To produce life from inorganic rocks, that's omnipotence. And to communicate with all entities under its universal influence, that's omnipresence. Do you understand that in this view, evolution actually produced the universe that is God? That's pantheism. The universe is God. It has transcendence. It has somehow a fortunate oversight before the creation of anything, transcendence, then omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. You theological students realize those are the three, or actually the four primary descriptions of God. Transcendence, omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence. Well, if these guys are right, we don't need God anymore. We already have Him. We're God, realizing our own existence. Charles Darwin was the first person to ascribe deity to natural selection in the cosmos. He wrote, "It may be metaphorically said that natural selection is daily and hourly, scrutinizing throughout the world the slightest variations." That's omniscience. It knows everything. Rejecting those that are bad, preserving and adding up all that are good. That's omnipotence. Can do anything. And silently and insensibly working wherever and whenever opportunity offers at the improvement of each organic being in relation to its organic and inorganic conditions of life. That's omnipresence. Charles Darwin was the first man in history to introduce that concept. To emphasize the point, he wrote, "When thus reflecting, I feel compelled to look at a first cause having an intelligent mind to some degree analogous to that of man, and I deserve to be called a theist." The theist believes in God, he just can't identify Him. Wow. So he thus dethroned God and enthroned the collective mind of the universe. Incidentally, class, the only degree Charles Darwin ever had was a theological degree. And when a theologian comes to these same conclusions, the world is in a sorry condition. I've known theologians, a number of them, who hold these very same convictions. Darwin's biographers reported that he uttered, "It is like confessing to a murder." Further investigation indicates that his admission to murder had as much to do with the atonement of God as it did with the removal of man from any noble heritage.